Hello and welcome! In today's video, we're diving into a topic that affects many of us as we age. The unexpected habits that can create distance in our relationships.
As we grow older, it's not uncommon to develop certain behaviors that we may not even realize are pushing our loved ones away. These habits, while often unintentional, can have a significant impact on how we connect with others. Throughout this video, we will explore 6 common yet unpleasant habits that many people tend to adopt as they age.
Our goal is to shed light on these behaviors so you can recognize them in yourself or those around you and understand their effects on your relationships. The good news is that with a little self-awareness and effort, these habits can be transformed into opportunities for deeper connections and a more fulfilling life. We'll be discussing practical solutions for each habit, offering insights on how to make simple changes that can bring you closer to your family and friends. Whether it's adjusting our communication styles or being mindful of our actions, these small adjustments can lead to meaningful improvements in how we interact with the world. So, stick around as we uncover these surprising habits and learn how we can foster better relationships with those we care about. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your experiences. Let's get started on this journey together and make the most of our golden years. Let's jump right into our first habit: over-criticism of younger generations. As we age, it can become all too easy to look back on our own experiences and compare them to the present day. We might find ourselves making comments like, "Back in my day, we didn't do things like that," or expressing frustration with the way younger people approach their lives. While these sentiments often come from a place of nostalgia, they can unintentionally create barriers between us and the younger people in our lives. Imagine this scenario. You're at a family gathering, and you notice your grandchild engrossed in their smartphone. You might find yourself saying, "When I was your age, we actually talked to each other." Though you may think this is an innocent remark, it can come across as judgmental, making them feel dismissed or criticized. This type of communication can lead to misunderstandings and distance. So, how can we flip this narrative? Instead of focusing on the differences between generations, let's embrace curiosity. Instead of criticizing, try asking open-ended questions. For instance, you could say, "What's so interesting on your phone? Can you show me what you're looking at?" This approach invites a dialogue and shows that you value their perspective. By shifting from criticism to curiosity, you not only open the door for connection, but also demonstrate respect for their experiences.
Remember, each generation faces unique challenges and opportunities. When we approach conversations with empathy and understanding, we foster stronger bonds and create a more supportive environment for everyone involved. Let's work together to bridge these generational gaps. Now, let's move on to our second habit: neglecting personal hygiene. As we age, maintaining personal hygiene can sometimes slip down our list of priorities. This might be due to physical challenges that make grooming tasks more difficult, or simply because we feel less motivated to keep up appearances.
However, the truth is that neglecting hygiene can send unintended signals to those around us and potentially affect our relationships. Picture this. You are invited to a neighbor's gathering, but you show up in wrinkled clothes with unkempt hair. While no one may say anything, people may subconsciously form opinions about your attentiveness and approachability. Hygiene is not merely about appearance. It reflects self-respect and consideration for those you interact with. When we take care of ourselves, we communicate to others that we value ourselves and our relationships. So, how can we address this issue without feeling overwhelmed? Start with small, manageable steps. Create a simple daily grooming routine that works for you. For instance, setting aside a specific time each day for basic self-care tasks, like brushing your teeth, combing your hair, or choosing a clean outfit, can make a significant difference. If physical challenges make these tasks difficult, don't hesitate to ask for help. A trusted family member or caregiver can assist you in maintaining your hygiene routine while respecting your dignity. Additionally, consider keeping grooming supplies easily accessible and using adaptive tools to simplify tasks. Ultimately, prioritizing personal hygiene is an act of self-love. It sends a powerful message. I matter and I deserve to feel confident and comfortable. By taking these small steps, you can enhance not only your well-being, but also the connections you share with others. Let's embrace the journey of self-care together. Next, we turn to our third habit, oversharing personal details. As we age, it's natural to want to share our experiences, especially when it comes to our health and life stories. However, sharing too many personal details can sometimes weigh down our interactions and make conversations feel one-sided. This can lead to discomfort for both parties, as the listener may feel overwhelmed or unsure of how to respond. Consider this scenario. You're catching up with an old friend over coffee, and the conversation quickly turns into a lengthy account of your recent health issues or treatments. While it's important to share and connect, your friend might find it challenging to engage. They may feel like they are just there to listen, rather than participate in a two-way conversation. Over time, this dynamic can create emotional distance, making interactions less enjoyable. So, how can we strike a balance? One effective strategy is to keep health updates brief and focus on how you're feeling overall, rather than detailing every medical appointment or treatment. For example, instead of saying, "I had 3 doctor visits this week," you might say, "I've been focusing on my health lately, but enough about me. How have you been?" Additionally, aim to mix health discussions with lighter topics. Share a humorous story from your week or ask about your friend's recent experiences or interests. This not only adds variety to the conversation, but also encourages your friend to share their thoughts and feelings, fostering a more engaging dialogue. By being mindful of what we share and inviting others to contribute, we can create a more balanced and fulfilling exchange. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity to connect, and finding that balance allows us to enjoy our time with loved ones even more. Let's keep our conversations uplifting and meaningful. Now, let's discuss our fourth habit, hoarding or cluttering spaces. As we age, it's natural to accumulate possessions that hold sentimental value or remind us of different stages in our lives. However, what starts as a collection of cherished items can quickly turn into overwhelming clutter, making our living spaces feel cramped and chaotic. This clutter not only affects our environment, but can also impact our relationships with family and friends. Imagine a situation where you invite loved ones over, but your home is filled with stacks of old magazines, unused furniture, and boxes of items you haven't touched in years. While these possessions may hold meaning for you, they can create stress for your visitors. They might feel uncomfortable navigating through cluttered spaces, which could lead to unspoken tension during visits. So, how can we tackle this habit? Start small by choosing one area to declutter, such as a closet or a single room. Focus on each item and ask yourself, does this bring me joy or serve a purpose in my life right now? If the answer is no, consider donating it or giving it to someone who could use it. It's also helpful to involve family members in the decluttering process. Invite them to help you sort through items while sharing the stories behind your most treasured belongings. This not only makes the task more enjoyable, but also strengthens your bonds. Remember, decluttering isn't about giving up what you love. It's about making space for what truly matters, your memories, relationships, and experiences. By creating a more organized environment, you pave the way for comfort and connection, allowing visits from loved ones to be more enjoyable and meaningful. Let's work together to create spaces that reflect our best selves. Now, let's move on to our fifth habit, oversharing medical or personal details. As we age, discussions about health often become more prevalent in our daily conversations. Whether it's discussing recent doctor visits, medications, or health challenges, these topics can dominate our interactions. While sharing personal updates is important for maintaining connections, oversharing can sometimes lead to discomfort for those around us. Imagine you're catching up with a friend, and instead of a balanced conversation, you find yourself detailing every aspect of your latest medical treatments and health issues. While your friend may listen politely, they could feel overwhelmed or unsure about how to engage in the conversation. Over time, this can create a sense of emotional distance, as your friend might start to associate your interactions with heavy discussions rather than enjoyable exchanges. To create a more balanced dialogue, aim to keep health discussions brief and focus on overall well-being rather than diving into every detail. For instance, instead of saying, "I had 3 appointments this week and got new prescriptions," you could say, "I've been focusing on my health lately, but enough about me. What exciting things have been happening in your life?" Furthermore, mix health-related topics with lighter or more engaging subjects. Share a funny incident from your week or ask about your friend's hobbies or recent adventures. This approach not only enriches the conversation, but also encourages your friend to share their experiences, fostering a more reciprocal exchange. By being mindful of what we share and creating space for others to contribute, we can enhance our connections and ensure our conversations remain uplifting and enjoyable. Let's strive to keep our interactions meaningful and balanced, making the most of our time with loved ones. Now we arrive at our 6th habit: being dismissive of new technology. In today's fast-paced world, technology evolves rapidly, and it can be overwhelming to keep up with the latest gadgets, apps, and digital trends. However, outright dismissing new technology with comments like, "I don't need that," or "back in my day we didn't rely on screens," can create a significant gap between generations and hinder our ability to connect with younger family members. Consider a scenario where your grandchild excitedly shows you a new app they're using, and your immediate reaction is to shrug it off, saying, "I'll never understand any of that." While you may think you're simply expressing your disinterest, this attitude can make your grandchild feel that their interests and experiences are undervalued. Over time, this can lead to a disconnect, making it harder for you both to relate to one another. So, how can we shift our perspective? Instead of dismissing technology, try to approach it with curiosity. Ask open-ended questions like, "How does this work?" Or, "What do you enjoy about this app?" This not only opens the door for a conversation, but also shows the younger generation that you're interested in their world and willing to learn. Additionally, consider embracing technology in small, manageable ways. For example, learning to use video calls can help you stay connected with distant family members, while exploring social media can give you insight into your grandchildren's lives. By taking these small steps, you demonstrate that age doesn't define your ability to adapt and learn. Ultimately, embracing new technology can enrich your life and strengthen connections with those around you. Let's commit to being open-minded and willing to learn, ensuring that we remain engaged and connected with the world around us. As we wrap up our discussion on the 6 unpleasant habits that can emerge as we age, let's take a moment to reflect on the insights we've shared today. We've explored how overcriticism of younger generations, neglecting personal hygiene, oversharing personal details, hoarding or cluttering spaces, oversharing medical information, and being dismissive of new technology can all create distance in our relationships. Each of these habits, while common, can be addressed with a little self-awareness and effort. The key takeaway here is that small changes can lead to significant improvements in how we connect with our loved ones. By being mindful of our behaviors, we can foster deeper, more meaningful relationships. Remember, it's never too late to adapt our habits and create a more positive environment for ourselves and those around us. As we navigate through the challenges of aging, let's commit to embracing curiosity, empathy, and open communication. These qualities can help bridge generational gaps and make our interactions more enjoyable and enriching. I encourage you to think about the habits we discussed today and consider how you might apply these insights in your own life. What small adjustments can you make to strengthen your connections with family and friends? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your experiences and any changes you've made. Thank you for joining us on this journey toward building better relationships and enhancing our lives. Don't forget to stay tuned for more engaging discussions in the future. Together, let's continue to grow and support one another as we embrace the golden years. As we conclude this video, I want to take a moment to encourage all of you to engage with the content we've discussed. Reflecting on the 6 unpleasant habits we've explored today, think about how they might resonate with your own experiences or those of the people around you. Change doesn't happen overnight, but by recognizing these behaviors, we can take meaningful steps toward nurturing our relationships. I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you noticed any of these habits in yourself or in others? What strategies have you found helpful in overcoming these challenges? Your insights and experiences could inspire others who might be facing similar situations. Moreover, I encourage you to take action. Perhaps you could start by implementing one small change in your daily routine. Whether it's being more mindful about your hygiene, practicing curiosity instead of criticism, or embracing new technology, every little effort counts. Remember, it's those small adjustments that can lead to deeper connections and a more fulfilling life. As we continue this journey together, stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we'll explore more topics that matter to you. While I can't reveal what's next, I promise we'll dive into discussions that will enrich your life and help you navigate the complexities of aging with grace and confidence. Thank you for being part of this community. Your engagement is vital, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let's keep the conversation going, support one another, and strive for meaningful connections. Until next time, take care and keep shining.